intro. Damn, yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.
It's week 11 of the NFL, and we'll be watching Devin Bush, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Texans and the Titans, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's a nice throw right there. I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll give him 8 that time.
stretches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on third and a yard.
Ready, break.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here we go on second and 12. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They'd been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, no, smash.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
It's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. The kick by Elliott is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So get their first shot on offense. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. He can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the ballgame, they're going to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
A first down carry for Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Willis now off of play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Powers through it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
To try again after the sack, Willis. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So on 4th down, the Titans will turn it over to their punter since 2009, and that's Brett Kern. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes a receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrating.
Oh, frustrating. They're going to catch it in film.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play,
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th, Brett Kern to punt the football away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And this offense trotting back onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now back to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. Shifts by him at the 25.
holding, offense.
That's on the guard, David Edwards. Now Willis. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll try the right side with Henry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down, here's Willis. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Willis looks to pass it here. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. 3rd and 2, Willis. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Catch is made here by Ernst Smith Jr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to throw again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an AFC South matchup. Indianapolis traveling to Jacksonville. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The Colts trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all square as they take on the visiting Cowboys. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Texans, by comparison, they've been the better of these two sides in the rushing department. The numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit. But you got to give kudos to the offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Pierce takes it straight ahead. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Up the middle, Jones. And some room to roam now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 65 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones, and he'll be brought down at the 27. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Pierce now up the middle, down right around the 25. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. He'll look to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. There he goes left side. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Lambo on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Willis with another keeper. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Willis. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Bernard able to record his 5th sack of the season. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on his drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Man open, here is Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Texans on third down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 6. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. 3rd down, it's Willis. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Again, Patterson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. That's caught left side by Hardman. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Again, it's Willis to throw it. Caught by Woods. And he will have a Titans first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On second down, here's Henry. And they'll get this down to the 10. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and 10, Willis. Throw left side complete. That's Patterson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. On the give, this is their fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Titans have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they're stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Fielded right around the 8. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he's flushed out left. And that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he's going to be intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go option to the side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Willis. And finding the tight end Hooper. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Texans will take over. So now the Texans down by 4. And time, a huge factor. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This will be complete to Mechie. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back to throw.
Caught left side by Mechie.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Willis to throw.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
We're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
And the Titans getting set to go.
Willis to throw.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Willis rushing him to the line in a hurry here. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Being chased, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Woods.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
throwing left. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after...
So it's the Titans who will control the football first here in overtime as we're back underway from the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to
and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.